Hello everyone, do you know that there are people who are afraid of spiders? Are you one of them, or you know someone who does? We are talking about treatment for it. Stay with me and listen carefully. So fear of spiders called
Arachnophobia, or fear of spiders, is one of the four most common specific phobias. Not everyone who dislikes spiders is experiencing a phobia. A person with arachnophobia will attend great lengths to form sure that she isn't exposed to a spider. She could even be unwilling to participate in activities that carry a heightened risk of exposure to spiders, like happening into a basement where she once saw spider webs. The person with a phobia features a persistent and excessive fear that interferes in conjunction together with her functioning. The impossible thing someone with a spider phobia would choose is getting up close and personal with a furry tarantula. But the encounter could even be the ticket to busting the brain's resistance to arachnids. A tried and true desensitization technique, this one lasting just hours, changed activity within the brain's fear regions just minutes after the session was complete, researchers found. Before therapy, those participants wouldn't walk on grass for fear of spiders or would stay out of their home or dormitory for days if they thought a spider was there. Said head of study author Katrina Hernandez, postdoctoral fellow in neurology at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine, during a handout. After one therapy session lasting up to 3 hours, they were able to walk right up and touch or hold a tarantula, which they might still touch it after 6 months, Hernandez said. Spider phobia could even be a kind of mental disturbance called specific phobia, which also includes phobias of blood, needles, snakes. Enclosed places et al. About 9.4% of the U.S. population has experienced a specific phobia at some point in their lifetime, Hernandez said. Hernandez told Live Science she hopes folks that have specific phobias, particularly of spiders, will realize that successful treatments are out there, which their phobias can take just hours to cure, though some cases can take a couple of weeks to cure, she noted. It's still tough. It involves being motivated to beat your fear. Spider madness. Hernandez and her colleagues examined 12 adults, 9 women and 3 men with a mean age of 22, who met diagnostic criteria for having a spider phobia. Their arachnid fear was so great that, before therapy, that they had trouble even watching photos of spiders. And once they did get a glimpse, each phobic's brain showed increased activity in regions linked to fear response, including the amygdala, insular and cingulated cortex. In functional resonance imaging, fMRI, scans. When asked to touch a tarantula during a closed terrarium, participants were also too afraid to travel no closer than a mean of 10 feet away.
The participants believed that the tarantula might be capable of run away from the cage and onto them, Hernandez said. Few of them was thinking that the tarantula is evil can make soothing to purposefully hurt them. In therapy, the participants learned about tarantulas generally, which their oversized fears of the creepy crawlies were just that. They were also guided through a multi-step process that inched them closer to the enclosed tarantula until they could actually devour and hold the spider. At one point they touched the tarantula with a paintbrush, next while wearing a glove, and eventually they pet it with their bare hands or held it. I wish to point out that the tarantula is gentle and more interested in trying to hide herself, Hernandez said. Fearful brain changes. Minutes after therapy, participants were again shown spider photos, but now, their fMRI scans showed less activity within the fear regions. This fear drop preserved for 6 months after treatment, the researchers said. At that 6-month mark, participants were asked again to touch the terrarium enclosed tarantula. So they walked right up there too and touched it, Hernandez said. It was amazing to figure out because I remembered how horrified they were initially, then much time had passed since the therapy. The brain area linked to inhibiting emotions or fear, called the frontal cortex, showed many activity minutes after therapy. However, 6 months later, amazingly brain area became less active when participants viewed spider photos. They were still not frightened of spiders, but this particular region of the brain reacted differently, Hernandez said during an interview.
Symptoms. If you have arachnophobia, you'll probably leave with your thanks to confirm that you simply don't inherit contact with a spider. If you discover a spider in your home, you'll react in one of two ways, either screaming indeed or freezing in place. You will be unable to kill or trap the spider yourself, relying on the devotee or beloved to rescue you from things. If you're alone, you'll actually leave the house rather than affect the spider. Eventually, you'll end up limiting your activities to avoid spiders. Hiking and camping trips could even be difficult or impossible for you. You'll even dread visiting the zoo or participating in sports that involve being outside during a field. Causes. Experts are still uncertain about what causes arachnophobia. Treatment. Like all specific phobias, arachnophobia is most commonly treated with therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral techniques. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, focuses on stopping the negative automatic thoughts that are associated with the scary object or situation, replacing them with more rational thoughts instead. Techniques used may include cognitive reframing. This is often that helps you modify the way you inspect something so you not perceive it as dangerous.
Systematic desensitization. This is often a way of learning relaxation techniques, then confronting your fears from the smallest amount fear-producing to the foremost. Some new research has shown that computer game therapy, during which the person with the phobia is exposed to virtual representations of spiders, may go also because the older technique of gradually exposing the client to measure spiders. In some cases, antidepressant or anti-anxiety medications can also be wont to treat arachnophobia.
Hope you all get well soon. Try this therapy and let us know if it works with you. Don't forget to share and subscribe and like this video. Stay healthy and well. See you all in the next video with another topic.